Hi, this is TJR, and welcome to episode 2 of Lost Movie Treasures. This time on Lost Movie Treasures, we're going to look at a fairly recent documentary entitled Doomed, the Untold Story of Roger Corman's The Fantastic Four. Now, this film was both written and directed by Marty Langford, and it stars and features the cast and crew of Roger Corman's The Fantastic Four. So, what is this film about? Well, this film tells the story of the ill-fated early 90s Fantastic Four movie that was finished but never released. And now you can only find this movie as a low-grade bootleg. You can probably see it on YouTube, but trust me, it's going to look terrible. Now, you might be interested in this film if you like documentaries about comic books and comic book movies, but you might also be interested in this film if you like documentaries about the more seedier, more underhanded side of the entertainment industry. Quite frankly, who doesn't? But all kidding aside, I can remember the marketing for this film. I can remember reading about this film in magazines, and you've got to remember this is pre-internet time period, and so the main way you'd find out about these films is through magazines. And I can remember reading that the movie was being made by the Roger Corman Studios, and I remember thinking, because the Roger Corman Studios are known for making very, low budget, low grade, Z-rated motion pictures, and which is not to say that some of them aren't a lot of fun, some of them are, but I remember thinking, and then I remember going to Comic-Con later that year in San Diego and seeing the premiere of the trailer there at Comic-Con and thinking, hey, this looks pretty good. This looks like they might have a real shot with this. And I can also remember hearing about convention appearances by cast members of the movie at various local, science fiction and fantasy conventions, comic book conventions. And then all of a sudden, the film just didn't happen. We began to read in magazines the shock by members of the cast and crew that the film was not going to be released, and in fact that the film was never intended to be released. And I remember wondering what happened. And this film, of course, answers those questions. And the strongest impression I got from this film is the sense of real tragedy. What a shame. Because everyone involved in making this film really put 100% into trying to make this film happen. This film only had a budget for $1 million. In spite of that, everybody involved just did everything they could to make this film happen. You had people in the technical and editing and whatnot working overtime on their own time to get the film done. You had the people working on the soundtrack, the musical score, putting up their own money to get it recorded in a nice studio. You had cast members on their own time and their own expense going to different cities and different states to appear at conventions to talk up the film and get people hyped about it, because they all really believed they had something here and that it could all really help boost their careers up to another level. And then, of course, the film never happened. So it is kind of a sad story. Now, I saw this film on Amazon Prime, and if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, right now you can see this for free. However, if not, you can, of course, rent it, or you can purchase it from Amazon as well. And this is one of those small documentaries that's basically made on like a Kickstarter, campaign. And I'm glad it was made, because this film really does kind of, if you remember the making of this film, if you were anticipating it, if you're a comic book fan and you were anticipating it, this film lets you know what happened. And hopefully, maybe someday, possibly, this film might get some kind of a proper release, at least on DVD or Blu-ray. Who knows? At any rate, though, this is TJR. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to the channel.